You might want to sit down for this one because what's unfolding right now could reshape how every retiree, veteran, and benefit recipient plans the months ahead. What's happening in Washington isn't another rumor. It's a serious proposal that could mean up to $12,400 in extra benefits for millions of Americans. Lawmakers are quietly reviving a plan that aims to stabilize Social Security's future while providing immediate relief to people living on fixed incomes. The early details suggest an annual boost of $2,400, either as a one-time payment or divided into monthly installments. For those relying on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, this development could make a real difference. Inflation has eased from the highs of recent years, but everyday prices remain far above pre-pandemic levels. Groceries, rent, and utilities continue to weigh heavily on people whose checks haven't kept pace with the rising cost of living. The renewed proposal, first introduced 2 years ago, is gaining traction because it's being framed not as a handout, but as a fairness adjustment, a recognition that those who've paid into the system for decades deserve relief. Lawmakers are even discussing how to fund it, with one option being a short-term surtax on the highest earners. Support is growing on both sides of the aisle because seniors' financial struggles can no longer be ignored. The timing is critical. According to federal data, nearly 40% of Americans over 65 depend almost entirely on Social Security. Many are depleting their savings far earlier than expected. With food costs still up more than 20% since 2020, rent climbing, and Medicare premiums expected to rise again next year, a $2,400 boost could provide meaningful breathing room. Advocacy groups are urging Congress to move quickly, even suggesting the payment be distributed before the holidays to help retirees face the most expensive months of the year. Unlike past rumors, this proposal aligns with an active budget session, and it's becoming one of the few bipartisan issues left. Several senators have already signaled they'd support a one-time payment tied to a cost of living correction, an effort to make up for years when inflation outpaced benefit increases. That message would resonate deeply with millions who've seen their savings shrink while trying to keep up with daily expenses. Still, with growing attention come scams and misinformation. If this payment passes, there will be no forms, no signups, and no special applications. Payments would arrive automatically through the same channels as current benefits. Any website or message claiming otherwise is fraudulent and should be ignored. If Congress approves the plan before the end of the fiscal year, payments could start reaching recipients as early as the first quarter of next year. Delay it, and the rollout might slip to spring or summer. Advocacy groups know that timing matters, and they're pressing lawmakers to act now. There's also a political undertone. With elections approaching, both parties are eager to rebuild trust among older voters, the most consistent voting group in the country. This proposal is seen as both financial relief and a signal that their voices still hold weight. Early drafts outline two possible delivery methods: a single $2,400 direct deposit or an extra $200 per month over 12 months. Analysts say the monthly approach could be easier to manage financially while still offering steady support. For most retirees, this isn't luxury money. It's survival money that could cover essentials like prescriptions, utilities, or groceries. Critics argue that such a plan could deepen the deficit, but supporters counter that modest tax adjustments on higher earners could fully fund the measure without cutting existing benefits. Even if this specific bill doesn't pass, the momentum it's created is significant. Lawmakers are now discussing automatic inflation adjustments, payments that would activate whenever living costs rise faster than the standard benefit increase. That kind of structural reform would change retirement security for future generations. For now, advocacy groups continue to apply pressure, reminding Congress that this isn't charity, it's a matter of fairness. Some insiders even suggest that if the full $2,400 doesn't pass, a smaller credit, perhaps between $600 and $1,200, could still move forward as a compromise. Regardless of the outcome, this conversation marks a turning point. For the first time in years, policymakers are treating the struggles of retirees as urgent rather than optional. It's a reminder that those who built the nation deserve stability and respect in their later years. Whether this plan becomes law or evolves into a new form, one truth remains clear. When millions of seniors speak up together, Washington listens. And this time, the momentum feels different, real, determined, and long overdue.